Coach Fields. I'm going to be breaking down my first ever junior college game I play called for as an offensive coordinator for South Forest Community Christian here in Roanoke, Virginia. I was offensive coordinator for on the high school level for about 3 years, but here I'm going to kind of pick apart and kind of go through what I was looking at in my thought process and what I was calling. But yeah, just to kind of just dive right into it. This is our base set. This is our 2x2 in the pistol. I'd like our slot to be a little bit up. We always teach our slots to be on the tackle's heels. Spacing on the right side's good. Spacing on the play side is good. It looks like we're going against a cover 4. At least that's what the look is pre-snap. We got 5, 6, 7 in the box. Looks like we got one coming off the edge. Right here, we called a run play, kind of just to see what we're dealing with in the trenches. Right here, we have inside zone. We have an RPO off this last man of the line of scrimmage. As you can see here, the quarterback should have pulled it. I'll just let the play run. We always teach our quarterback, if he can see the numbers of the guy he's reading, then to give it out. But if not, then to throw the bubble, especially when the second read is playing about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. We're going to want to pull that and throw the bubble and see what we can get there. Play gets stuffed. Puts us behind the chains. Second down. Right here. So I'm noticing the relaxed coverage. Corners aren't coming up at all. Looks like they're still kind of in a cover 4. And it looks like they're going to continuously bring that outside linebacker on the far side of the field. It looks like they're just going to continue to bring him up. So we got a little slant bubble combo here. Quarterback throws it a little behind him. If he puts it in the right spot, then the wide receiver's still running, but overall, still a good pass. High snap. Wide receiver makes a great catch, puts us up in third and manageable. Can't really complain about that. Now we're sitting at midfield. Again, I like my slot to be as close as possible to the line of scrimmage while still being off the ball. I'd like for my X to be at least at the numbers. Let's see. I think we come back here with another inside zone. This time the quarterback reads it correctly, and then the running back does the rest. Good read, good gain. Puts us up in 1st and 10. Back in our base set. Haven't left the base set yet. We're reading leverage here at this point. Linebackers are playing very inside the box. So we got pivot routes on the slots, and then our outside guys got digs. So we're really trying to high-low these outside linebackers, especially because the corners are playing 8, 9 yards off the ball. So we pivot. We know we got the leverage here. Try to commit like we're running some type of mesh or drag. And our wide receiver has good footwork, has good route running skills here, and gets a good gain. Catches it on the sideline, gets upfield. Puts us on 2nd and 1. So I'm noticing that we have numbers out here. So on this play, I believe we're trying to run a fast screen. This wide receiver, again, is supposed to be at the bottom of the numbers, or at least in the middle of the numbers. We're going to have this number 2 slot come block the corner, and then our number 3 come block his guy. Wide receiver treats it as a tunnel screen when he's already cheated inside too far. It's just a busted play from the start. Quarterback throws it to the right spot. Wide receiver's not at the right spot, unfortunately. Puts us in 3rd and 1. Back in our base set, 2x2. Bad snap or quarterback couldn't handle the ball. Either or. Doesn't matter. Puts us in a 4th and long instead of a 4th and 2 at least. Back in our 3x1 set. We're running what we call shoot. This is called go and run and shoot, but we call it the shoot because it's part of the run and shoot playbook. We got our 3 running a 2-step arrow. We got our 2 running a seam read off this safety. And then we got our X outside release. Again, I want my X farther down. It's all about spacing, and we put ourselves at a disadvantage if we don't have proper spacing. It's open. He read the safety correctly. Safety's 6 yards, 5 yards from him. He hooks it up. Bad snap again. And that's what ultimately decides that drive is bad snaps. Back in a 3x1. Still in pistol. Spacing's getting better. We run shoot again. I think it's a high snap. Poor read. And you just can't do anything with that. Let's see, we're back in our base. Run inside zone. Read probably got muddied up. I always tell my quarterback, when in doubt, give it out. Just is what it is. Right here still seeing lax coverage. It looks like we got mesh called right here. Quarterback escapes, hits the dig. D with another tremendous catch. He's the one that caught that slant on the first drive. So 2x2, we're still noticing that these corners and safeties are incredibly off, and our guys are too talented on the outside to let that be the case all game. If you're not going to put a man in front of them and let them get a free release, then they're going to end up making you pay. Get another slant bubble combo. That's what a good ball will do. And you're not catching him. Again, spacing's poor. I'd like him to be splitting the difference between the X and the tackle. So he should be closer to the hash than where he's at now. He's too far back. Our slot is. Good snap. Try to run slant again. They're still not putting, a man in his face, so he's getting a free release, but at least they had somebody back there for him. So we're back in our 3x1 set. I believe we're running fast screen here. We have the numbers, obviously, if they're going to play. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 in the box. We have the numbers clearly over here for anything that we want. They got 2 over 3. That might have been a bust on defensive coverage. But we get a hat on a hat. Even without a proper block from my middle or my inside slot, he still takes it to the house. He had a good day that day. Back in our base, 2x2, inside zone, right read. Poor execution. Back in 2x2. Come back to the pivot. Drops a good ball. I believe that puts us at like 3rd and 10. Go back to our 3x1. We're running shoot. Wide receivers, one-on-one with the corner. He's going to take that every time. Especially, was he pressed up? Yeah, so, obviously, they're making defensive adjustments. I think this was after halftime. They're making defensive adjustments. And they're not going to let him get a free release anymore, but that comes with this. He occupies outside linebacker and free safety. One-on-one with the corner. Very nice read from the quarterback. Back in base. This was probably my worst call of the game. We run a triple option with an orbit. Haven't ran it all game. Probably our least practiced play. I wanted something to get us out on the edge because it felt like we couldn't get anything on the inside. I kind of put our guys in a bad position here. I should have. I don't even know. It just is what it is. Live and you learn. Probably makes a wrong read, but he shouldn't have been put in that position anyway. So that puts us in a second and a mile. Go back to our 2x2. I think they called us for that. They called us for a false start there. Now 2nd and 2 miles. Run another pivot. Taj makes a great play. Right here, I just told myself that we didn't need it all back in one play. 2nd down, I mean, there's a lot of life in this drive. If you can get a big chunk of it back. Linebackers are still playing too far inside. He has leverage, he has the angle, he has the grass. Just let him catch it and work. So it puts us in a 3rd and 14. I do know we are down by, I believe, 5 points at this point. This looks like it's going to be our last offensive drive. So in my mind, I knew that we were going for it on 4th down anyway. So I'm just trying to get chunks at this point. I'm not really trying to get to the end zone, not yet. But yeah, down by 5. This is our last drive. I think there's maybe like 2 minutes to go at this point. So just trying to put us in the best position possible. 3x1. We run shoot. Quarterback reads it properly. What he's taught to do is read this outside linebacker. If this outside linebacker walls up with this seam read, then he's supposed to hit the flat. If he takes any step towards the flat, then he's supposed to hit this seam read because the safety's playing 2 miles back. He makes a proper read. The Z occupies the corner. He sits right behind him. He attacks the ball, which gives us a chance on 4th down. So right here we're in the 3x1 set. 4th down, pretty much 4th and goal. I knew I wanted to take a shot to the end zone. We killed him, and I knew that that fast screen is going to be sitting in their head. So we killed him with that fast screen early. So what we do is we call fast fox. Taj goes to pretend like he's going to block the corner. Then he wheels it up. This guy's supposed to occupy this safety, and the corner's ultimately going to bite. Quarterback throws a nice ball. Wide receiver high points it. Toe drags the end zone and ultimately wins us the game. And that's all she wrote. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging in there. That was kind of my thought process on the entire game. Obviously, I could do some things better, and me doing this is just a learning experience. And I hope you guys learned something too. But appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys.